Hey, it's time.
Coffee?
It's time for coffee. As long as the coffee is decaf. Just don't want to make the same mistake I made on Tuesday. Where I accidentally had a single sip of caffeine. It's fine. For what it's worth, and this probably will not be a surprise. I did not notice that I had a sip. It did not seem to affect me. Thank you, Renee. I appreciate it. Anyway. Morning. It's Thursday, June 10th, 2021. We should start introducing it with the day.
You already do that with the vlogs.
I know, but this isn't the vlog. It helps you better encapsulate, understand the passing of time. And then also, one day in the far off future, when the world is crumbled to ruins and another civilization finds the video files, they'll be like, oh, that's what day it was. Yeah, I didn't pull my hair back. So there. That probably looks slightly more normal. Sorry. Some kid is going to have to write a history paper about Searle. That was Renee's comment. Will they worship Peggy? Yeah, maybe. Probably not. It's probably, they'll probably worship Mickey Mouse. To be honest, they'd be like, I don't know who this person was, but there's so much imagery of them. They built entire parks to their likeness. Like this must have been a deity. And for some people it kind of is. I'm happy to report that I've been sleeping pretty good. Have you been sleeping okay? Like staying asleep? No? I'm not saying has your sleep been like the best sleep ever? I'm just saying have you been able to stay asleep? No. I've been pretty happy with the fact that
These are really crunchy and dry. Sorry.
you considered eating a different food. Did I try one of those on Tuesday?
Mm.
Let me try one of those. Okay. I think I did try one on Tuesday. I'm pretty sure. Kepi's been doing great. Kepi has not kept us up at all, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
He gets it now. He's just set. I mean, he's doing really good to the point of he doesn't cry at all at night. And then this morning, so what I've been doing lately in the last week, I'm actually doing stretches. I'm doing morning stretches because I'm developing issues that I never had, and things that I feel sincerely would just be helped with regular stretching. So one of the things that happens now is that my alarm goes off, which would normally trigger Kepler to be like, hey, I'm a meow. And he might meow once, but if he meows, I still click him. I'm like, nope. When I'm out of the room is when I'll be out of the room. But I actually, whenever I wake up, I lay in the bed and I do different like stretches and stuff, and then I get up out of the bed and I do stretches like standing and things like that. And it's going to help, but I'm still in the phase right now where I'm sore from doing the stretches in the first place. But I think that's going to help me quite a bit. So I'm looking forward to reaping some of the rewards from that. But he's really good. Like this morning I got up and I'd probably do about 10 minutes of stretches, and he meowed once, but otherwise he was like just patiently waited outside the door, and I got dressed and I came out and he was like, "Oh good, oh good, oh good, oh good, oh good." It was nice. It was really good.
Coffee.
Yeah, I would recommend stretching. So here's the thing. Yeah, can't wait for George Yoga. The thing about aging is that it seems to really creep up on you. Like, it's just real gradual, because there's been a few things over the past just handful of years. Like every once in a while I'll be like, that hurts a little bit more than it used to. But this year specifically, just in the last few months, I've experienced a lot of like new pain, and I know that it's got to be from lack of exercise, or lack of movement. The fact that my job requires me to sit for long periods of time, and some of the issues that I've had very specifically since I stopped playing DDR, because DDR was giving me some sort of exercise, and then after my sleep got so screwed up, I stopped doing it, and I haven't played it in, I guess, about a month. Mm-hmm. And I've noticed that I've had a lot of issues just since then. So at some point soon here, I'm hoping to get back to that, and I think I will. My sleep has been really messed up, so I need to do some more physical stuff. But stretching is helpful. You gotta do a stretch. You gotta do a stretch. Yeah, more crossovers, Mark. I might be a little out of practice now because it's been a month, but yeah, you don't always have time for exercise. You don't always have the ability to go for walks, because we were actually going for walks too, and then summer was like, die. And
lately it's been
really
rain.
hot. Well, yeah, lately it's been rain, but before that it was immense heat. So my suggestion to folks would be, you don't always have time for exercise, or maybe you're in an environment where you're like, oh, I can't get sweaty. Like, do some stretches. Just go to YouTube and find like a little like 10 to 15 minute video of like people that are not like exercising but stretching, and then just try and force yourself to do some of that stuff. Like when you wake up in the mornings, if you're in your 30s, you might need it, and if you're in your 20s, you should just start getting used to it now. And depending on your situation, you might be in your 20s and you might need it. So just, your mileage may vary, but it feels good to move. Anyway, let me read some of these.
It's hot today, and it's supposed to rain again. Surprise.
Well, it's raining every day.
Yesterday.
It never stops raining.
Steven's up here working. I'm downstairs doing some research for my next painting. There was a massive flash, and then the loudest thunder I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was actually crazy. It was just flash, and it was so close that before the flash was over, the thunder was there, and I was like, oh, that
very close.
That hit close. And I messed up my shoulder from the thunder and the lightning, because when the flash happened, it was so bright in the room, and I have like blackout curtains, so it like seeped in through the crack between the wall and the blackout curtain. The room lit up, and I went, and I like tensed up, and then immediately...
It was so loud, I seriously thought like a gas line had exploded and like a house had
So that happened,
apart.
and I was already in the middle of doing this, and then the crash happened, and I was like, ah! And when I did, I felt like everything in my shoulder go, and I was like, oh, great, that's cool. That's wonderful. Anyway, it was loud. It was a little crazy. But everything's fine.
Yeah,
You
power
know.
flashed briefly.
Yeah, we looked around, and we didn't see any damage or anything. Yeah, hopefully Kep did alright. I don't know where Kep was at the time.
I don't know either.
But I came downstairs a few minutes later, and he was sitting in front of the fridge. But
we had some people doing our neighbor's yard, and I peeked my head out, and I was like, "You guys are all right?" And they're like, "Yeah, we're all right." Scared, but
I don't think in my entire life I've ever had lightning hit that close.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is, yeah. We experienced the Thunderdome. We really did. Okay, now I'll read some alerts. 14 months from Jillips. We got 100 bits from Bubbles8738. 22 months from Paper Spyro. 32 months from Chaz. 24 months. That's a 2. From Amaranth. 33 months from Alex Draw 33. 300 bits from Thea.x. Morning all. Thought I'd pop in to throw some bits around in celebration of making it back safe from being stuck in Florida. Thanks to everyone in the Discord for the good vibes when I talked about it. I'm back at work and ready for some breakfast with the grandparents.
glad you got home safe.
Glad you got home safe. Glad you got home safe. Yeah, we're finally starting to discuss a little bit about going some places.
Yeah.
Starting to make some plans, and I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about those more soon-ish, but it's just nice to make a plan, because for so long you couldn't.
Yeah.
30 bits from Capricious Collector. Good morning, grandparents and chat. Hope everyone is well. Today is the first breakfast stream I'm watching from my summer job. I'm working as an exam attendant for the Leaving Cert in Ireland, and I am literally being paid to watch this stream at the moment. Wishing all a good upcoming weekend. That's a pretty good gig. It's a pretty good gig. That's fantastic. Well, I hope that you enjoy your morning, and I hope that your summer job goes well. Also, shout out to Ireland for no reason in particular. There's many reasons I could, come up with.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful country.
Wonderful food.
They know how to do breakfast.
Yeah.
They do.
They do.
It's just really good. Whenever you get served multiple beverages.
They have good butter.
They do have good butter. Yeah, Ireland is also, and I've talked about it before, but we've been to Ireland, and Ireland lived like every expectation you have. It was exactly what I expected. Like when you picture like what Ireland looks like, when you go there, you're like, oh wow, that was right. That's exactly right. 5 months from Lady Midnight 97. 11 months from Spooky Boy River. 30 bits from Line Rider. I'm going to go to my brother's wedding on Saturday, so I have a busy week ahead. What are your predictions / hopes for E3 / Summer Game Fest? Clown.
Sorry, quick. Brogger's moment says it's cold and wet. Don't listen to his lies. It was cold and wet when we were there.
Yeah, I mean, but when it's beautiful, it's beautiful. It is. It is a very pretty place.
Anyway, E3 Summer Games Fest.
Yeah, so I'm going to be completely honest with you. I mostly forgot that E3 was like even happening. Up until like the schedules and stuff came out, I completely forgot that E3 was a thing. Mm-hmm. Sad, we're on the same page. I don't know. A lot of things have changed since I was younger, because when I was younger, I was very much like glued to the coverage for every single little thing. I meticulously pored over the Space World coverage in Nintendo Power. Like, I wanted to know every little thing. And as I've gotten older, it's not that I don't care at all. Like, I have to care at least a little bit. It's partly related to my job. But I care a lot less, like 90% less than I think I ever have. The big thing for me is I just want to see what... I just want to see, like, a bulleted list of some stuff that's coming out. And then the things that sound interesting, I want to see, like, some trailers, and then that's it. I haven't watched, like, full E3 coverage of everything in a long time. And it's just because a lot of things, whenever you watch, like, the shows that they're being put together, at least a handful of things never even come out. Or if they come out, they come out like years later,
and they're very different.
And it's extremely different. Adoodle says, "Remember when you cared enough to go to E3?" I don't regret that. It was a cool experience to do something that meant so much to me when I was younger, because I had always followed it, and I was like, I want to be there and experience it. So I don't regret it. Would I ever go back? No. If they paid me to go and cover it in some way, maybe in a very, like, humorous fashion, maybe I would do it. But otherwise, I'm like, it's fine. Something in my life would have to majorly change.
Yeah. That
being said, I like video games. That hasn't changed. And I like to see whenever companies do, like, interesting new things. Or, I guess, established IPs finally getting new entries. I hate to just be like, I really want to see what Nintendo did, but, like... Nintendo, I'm going to watch the Nintendo Direct. Partially because it's not going to take all my time.
It would be nice to see something from Bethesda. Or Rockstar.
Yeah, well, they don't do that.
I know.
But I mean, like, when you say something from Bethesda, what you really mean is
Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
And, like, there will be another Elder Scrolls, so I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not concerned about that. You know, it's just like, will there be another one? Yeah, there'll be another one. It makes money. Does it make money? There'll be another one. That's why we can't have F-Zero. Doesn't make money. When Emil was here, actually, me and him had a long discussion about F-Zero and very specifically that genre of game, futuristic racer, and how there's kind of been a big decline just in the interest of futuristic racers. Because there's a few series, you know, that aren't F-Zero that have done that. You know, Wipeout, Extreme G, that's the other one. Wipeout's kind of the main one, and there hasn't been a new Wipeout entry in a long time. And then there were some devs that worked on Wipeout that made another game, and that's been okay in terms of popularity. So I think, you know, in some respects, I think maybe the time for certain genres is past. Like, it doesn't mean that there's no interest in it, but it means that big production budgeted, you know, titles may be gone, you know. Anyway, here's to all of the smaller devs taking up the torch on genres that are dying out in immense popularity. Really looking forward to another shooter, though. Battle Royale war shooter. Anyway, I never even answered this question. I just like, E3, predictions, hopes. So I want to see something for Breath of the Wild 2. We watched the trailer, by the way. We watched that. So I'd really like to have a vague idea, even though they'll probably delay it. I'd like to have a vague idea of when Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out. And that's it. Is that it? Is that the end? maybe that's it. Kitsune says, "What'd you think of the trailer?" It was cool. It almost sort of makes, and I think I can talk about this freely because it's a trailer for a game that's not out yet. It's very vague, and then also it's following a game that has been out for 4 years, so I think I'm okay to talk about it just a little bit. It almost feels, and like it not maybe not necessarily, it almost feels, if they're going with the whole Link and Zelda things, it almost feels like it could be co-op.
That'd be nice.
Am I insane for thinking that? Because when I see that, my first thought is, oh my god, that would be very convenient for people that are taking turns playing a Zelda game. So, will it actually be co-op? Probably not. But that'd be really neat. I'd love that. Oh, and that there's so much you could do with that too. Yeah, playing a Zelda, because Sephiroth says, no way they'll do that with Zelda. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think they're actually going to do this. But wouldn't that be neat? God, that'd be neat. That'd be so cool. Aduo says the game is 4 years old. Yeah, but how would you feel if we gave you spoilers 6 days ago? I'd be very upset. That being said, one of the last people on the internet that had not played Breath of the Wild, so it's alright. And we didn't spoil anything. Anything major. Zelda is with Link. That's the Breath of the Wild 2 trailer. Late Midnight 97 gives a sub to Delahan of Light. Got there. 300 bits from Shy says, hello and welcome to my 2121 dissertation. My topic of research, the rise and fall of the multimedia conglomerate Stephen Corp. I wonder what else will we get into?
I don't know.
I can't wait.
We're going to be a conglomerate.
I know. That's really exciting. Are we going to deal with chips? That'd be great. It is sad that in 100 years something happened to the conglomerate. Mm-hmm. It's probably that I died. We're all dead. It's 100 years. There's no one left to run the company. I'm assuming that's why it falls. 7 months from GameKin92. 19 months from Seraphim 2000. 100 bits from Randy B. 15 months from Ice and Fire 2114. 10 months from Kalen595. 7 months from Star Scimitar. We got 300 bits from Waste and Aeon. Says, morning, Stephen and Mal. Today's news in Sweden is that they are letting people 40 years and older.
They're doing 10 years at a time.
Oh, I see. 40 years and older, 10 years at a time, get available to get a dose. I'm 30, so I still have a ways to go, but still, things are progressing.
That's great.
They're working backwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
So every time they make an announcement, it's here's another 10 years.
50 to 60, 40 to 50, and then 30. I see. Cool. Awesome. Very, very awesome. It's nice to continue to hear about the progression around the world. And certainly the progression is at different levels of progression.
Yeah.
But the exciting thing is there is hope. And also just numbers are down, which is really fantastic. I know that there's a little worry, especially within the US, where some people care a little less, that numbers could rise again a little bit in the summer, and they might, but in the grand scheme of things, it's still so low. So it's just, I don't know. After a really terrible year and a half, it's nice to be able to just look at number and say, number go down, and then also to go do a thing. We had dinner with my parents yesterday for their 37th wedding anniversary. And it's a wonderful feeling. So, you know, if you're in a place that is not quite to that point, you know, not quite, you know, fully vaccinated, not quite there, just hold out hope, because I got to tell you, being able to do stuff like that is just really fantastic. It really is. So, congrats, and congrats to them. Congrats to them. They are, they've been a very long time.
Yeah.
That 37 years is a long time. Like, their marriage can almost get vaccinated in Sweden. How do you vaccinate a marriage? Very carefully. 13 months from K1991. 3 bits from Fossix says, somehow managed to wake up early enough to see the solar eclipse.
Oh, you got to see it? That's awesome.
It was really beautiful. They're taking pictures of it on the phone was a challenge. I'm glad that you got to see it, because I know that you had mentioned you were worried. It was
early, I heard.
Yeah, and I thought the issue also was that it was going to rain.
Oh yeah, that too. I heard that.
So I'm glad that you got to see it.
It was not a total. It was where the moon is further, so it looks smaller, so you could see the edge of the sun around it.
Oh, that's cool. Fossick says, yeah, I slept at 1 and then woke up at 5. You gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, for things like this, that you're not gonna get to see very often in your life, it's like, you can always go back to bed.
Yeah. That said, if anyone is close to a solar eclipse ever, seriously go see it.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the total eclipse a few years ago, and it's way cooler than I thought it would be.
It was cooler. There's a vlog on it, too.
Yeah.
I think it's called Solar Eclipse. I'm pretty sure. When is the next one? Because we
2024 April.
It
starts down like in New Mexico, and then comes up through Indiana, parts of Canada, northern Maine.
Sachi says, was that the big one at Thomas's parents' place? Yep. It was, it is real cool. It was real cool. So, yeah.
And you really have to be, like, in totality, like, where it's directly under. Because otherwise you can't tell, and even if you need to have the glasses to look at it. But...
Yeah. The next big one in the US is 2024. So, you know, it's gonna be a little bit. It's gonna be a little bit before we get to that point. But you know, just so you know, for when we get there, you should see it. And if you're in viewing distance, then you should definitely check it out. Oh, that is a sad story, Emil. Emil says, I ordered glasses weeks ahead of the time to view an eclipse. The shipment kept getting delayed for weeks until they seriously arrived less than 10 minutes after the eclipse ended. I was livid. I'm sorry, Emil. I'm sorry. However, there's going to be another one.
Yeah.
But does that suck? Yeah, it sucks. It really sucks. Vagabond says, you're prepared for the next one. I'm imagining a scenario where Emil was like, all right, the next eclipse. Now to get those glasses I bought, and then can't find the glasses. And then as the eclipse finishes, he's like, the glasses! It's just comical mishaps for the rest of Emil's life. Only during eclipses. Emil says, I was actually so mad I sent them back. Comical mishaps. I can't wait for the next comical mishap in 2024. But seriously, everyone should, if you're close enough to see them, and also you can manage to get glasses, then you should, whatever your next one is, it's close enough. It's worth going out of your way to, like, if you have to
underneath it.
If you have to drive a few hours to get right underneath it, it's super neat. It was a really, it was crazy because when the world became, like, it's in the afternoon, right? And the world became completely pitch black, and all of the, like, the animal sounds that only happen at night start happening. And that was wild because all of the animals are like, it's dark now, at night. Time to make our sounds that we do at the nighttime. And you're just like, and then it ends and all the animals are like, that was a very short night. Whatever. Good night. Back to sleeping. 22 months from CFO Seeker. Thank you, CFO Seeker. Radio Tread says, well, time to scream. Basically. 4 months from Ja Wilkes. 300 bits from Item Crafting Live. Thinking of tech and game announcements, have you watched or followed the Playdate console announcement? I have. I am very intrigued by the thing. I might order one.
What is it?
So, Panic, who is the company that published Firewatch.
Uh-huh.
They also published Goose Game.
Uh-huh.
It's the I don't know if it's the CEO or something. I think it was the CEO. I think it was the CEO of Panic is the one that replied to your tweet about the Goose Game painting. Was like, we almost bought this for the office. Anyway, that's Panic.
Yeah.
Panic doesn't. That's not even what they do. They publish video games, but that's not even their thing. They make apps for Mac. Like, they're very, like, they're one of those companies that, like, we make Mac apps, and the Windows users are like, can we have them? And they go, no. Like, they're one of those companies.
So they're making a console?
So they are making a handheld console that is really different. It looks a bit like a Game Boy. It kind of looks like, do you remember the Pocket Pikachu? The little,
no.
like, it has a little, like, Pikachu's on the thing and you shake it. I mean, if you're going to Google it, just Google Playdate, because then
That's
you can...
what I'm going to do.
You know, you can, like, look at it. But it has a crank.
For charging?
No. For playing.
Oh.
It's an analog stick, but it cranks. And what they're doing is you buy the console. They already... Yeah, if you guys haven't looked this up, like... Look it up, or if Chaz or one of the mods wants to put like an image of the Playdate on screen, you could do that too. The thing is wild. But you buy the console, they have like 20 or 20 something games lined up for it, and when you buy the console, you get 2 games.
Pre-installed?
No, you get 2 games every week for several weeks. So it's just this bizarre thing that, you know, it's a very different experience for gaming. And like, some people are going to see it and they're going to be like, that it looks incredibly stupid. And you know what, that's fine. But for me, I really love the unique experiences that gaming offers. That's like one of my... If I'm going to play a game...
Oh, it's only like this big.
Yeah, it's real tiny. It's like a Game Boy. It's like a Game Boy.
I just saw a photo of in someone's hand, and it's like only this big.
It's a tiny little thing. So the idea is that you buy it, and then every week you get two new games that are... You know, it has Wi-Fi, so it just syncs to it. And that happens for 12 weeks, so for 3 months. Yeah, a novelty is a really good way of putting it. It's not going to be the next big thing.
No.
And they know that. Like, this is not an attempt of like, oh, we're going to try and break into the console market or anything. They know that this is super niche. But they're like, hey, if people want to, you know...
Stereo dock?
It has a little dock that you can also get. Seems a little insane to me, but I guess if folks really wanted to go to the distance... the cool thing is that a lot of the developers and stuff that are working on titles for this, like they're developers that have made other games. Like some of the developers are ones you probably know from other games they've worked on. And
Stereo dock is cute though.
And the when you order it will come with all of the stuff to like make your own titles for it. So they're really hoping that they can put together a nice little thing, release it out into the world, and it'll just be this weird little Game Boy-like device, but there will be a little community that makes stuff for it. So, yeah.
Noah says, I can't wait for Bethesda to re-release Skyrim. When I was looking it up, I saw photos of Doom on it.
Don't tempt them. Yeah, so... It's neat. It's neat. Oh, really? It can AirPlay mirror itself so all the games can be streamed? Really?
I mean, they are Mac developers.
Yeah, well, this isn't a Mac developer.
Yeah.
You know, this is just their weird little device. So, yeah, I'm super intrigued. It's pre-orders open in July. It's a little expensive for what it is. It's $180, and for that price, you're getting 24 games of extremely various lengths and qualities. Right? You don't know exactly what you're getting. There will probably be a community of people that make stuff for it for, as time goes on. But it's not a Game Boy. You're not going to be buying games at the store for it. You're not going to be able to get like AAA stuff. It's just a weird, quirky thing for people who love video games
and want to try something.
And want to do something a little bit different. So, yeah, Elmo's Pub Crawl. Can't wait to officially see Elmo's Pub Crawl on the Playdate. Some folks made Elmo's Pub Crawl.
I saw.
I haven't played it, so I cannot speak for the content in it. I can't be responsible for that, but some folks tweeted at me less than a week ago, and it was for a game jam. It was like one of those things where you have to make a game in 24 hours or 48 hours or whatever. And yeah, they actually made Elmo's Pub Crawl. And I can't even link you to it because I don't know exactly where it is. It was sent to me on Twitter, so... Is that it? That might be it. I mean, if it's on Itch.io and it's called Elmo's Pub Crawl, it has to be it, right? So That's probably it. I'm sure that's it. Fossix almost certainly has the link. Again, haven't played it, so I cannot tell you what's in it. And I didn't make it. I wasn't, responsible for anything in it. But I just think it's funny that this weird idea that Dan and I came up with is actually a thing. Because we sat here and we like brainstormed stupid game ideas, and now it's a real game. I love it. Anyway, where were we? 30 Bits for Shy says the history books say that you left the entirety of your fortune to Kepler, who ends up running the company into the ground in order to sate his scoop addiction.
Kepler is eternal.
Kepler is eternal.
Living on in some way.
Because of Scoop?
Yes. Where is he? Surprised he's not up here.
He's probably by the window.
Yeah.
That'd be my guess. 30 Bits from Gold Mage. My parents just celebrated their 30th wedding anniversary yesterday. When did you say was your parents?
Yesterday.
Yesterday was their anniversary. So, our parents have the same wedding anniversary. Ours just got married. Ours.
Yours.
Mine. I mean, they're your parents in a way, but not exactly the same. My parents got married 7 years.
37 years ago.
They're
Yesterday.
37 years. It's a long time. They got a few more years, and they'll be hitting. They'll be hitting 40. That's exciting, though. We'll have to do something, special that day, and then also, like between now and then too. We got a sub from Ben the Burger Guy. Welcome. 11 months from Gamers 00700. 100 bits from Star Scimitar. And 300 from Pokemon Red V. Hey, grandparents. I usually don't wake up this early, but I'm currently in the airport to fly out to Colorado for vacation. So excited, and I'm happy to see you so early in my day. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Enjoy Colorado.
We went to Denver.
I was about to say I've never been there.
We went to Denver,
and then it slowly dawned on me. I have actually been there. I have been there. It was fun. That was a fun little trip that I immediately apparently forgot about. We did breakfast stream in a hotel room with Lindsay.
Yeah.
Because there are three things that are certain in life: death, taxes, and breakfast stream. We find it. We did it in Japan and China. We'll find a way. We'll find a way.
We should get one of those maps that have like the states you can scratch off if you've been there. Keep track of where we've been.
The whole state? You scratch off the whole state?
Yeah, and it reveals like a logo or something.
What logo? Like Carl's
the
Jr.?
Flag or something? I don't know.
You scratch off the states and you just don't know what it's gonna be. Like it's a logo under each one. Ooh, this one's Carl's Jr. This one's Target. This one's Mitsubishi.
I've seen them for the world map.
I thought you were talking about where they do they put up a map and then they put pins where they've been.
Oh.
I've seen a lot of people do that.
My dad's done that.
Oh, really?
A few times. When I was younger, he had a world map on a bulletin board, and he had pins up. And then at some point, he got rid of it, and then he redid it. Well, actually, it's in Florida. And he put up, like, a world map, and then he, like, has lines that come out, and then has, like, a close-up of Europe, and, like, a close-up of the U.S., and then even a close-up of Wisconsin. And then he's using different pins for places he's lived. Rhonda has a different color. And they have pins for places they've visited separate from each other. And then pins they've visited together. So there's like 5 different colors on it.
That's a lot of pins.
Yeah, it's really cool. I've seen some photos of it.
I mean, yeah, it's a neat idea. You could also...
I pointed out, I was like, you didn't put pins in Xi'an.
Yeah.
And he's like, we ran out. I was like, you're missing a few in China there.
I mean, you could also do that digitally.
Yeah.
But I guess the appeal really is to see a very, like, physical representation of it. Mm-hmm. I mean, that'd be kind of neat. We've been like a few places.
Yeah.
And there's still some other places I want to go. But there's for me lately, I and maybe part of it is that borders are closed, so I couldn't go anywhere if I wanted. But like, there's so many places in the U.S. I want to see.
Yeah, there's a lot of states we haven't been to yet. My dad was tracking counties he's been to in Wisconsin, and I was like, "There's some counties you need to get to," and he's like,
You know who was doing the county thing?
Paul.
Paul.
Yeah.
Paul wanted to
Go to every
county in Ohio.
Every county seat. The courthouse, like the main
Oh yeah,
building.
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
He was very specific about it. He finished it, right? He did that.
Yeah, they did it.
So, like that's a neat idea. Counties would get too difficult for the whole U.S. Jewel, you could do a lot of things digitally, but like, look behind you. Sachi says, has he visited every airport in the U.S. yet? No. Paul, like, a few years ago, his whole thing has been trying to get to 100 airports. And he was close before...
At the beginning of the pandemic.
He was close before COVID.
Yeah.
And then travel shut down. And I don't know what number he's at now, but it's like, it's almost there. And he's just been sitting, like, almost there. So... Oh, Brandon's got a link to his blog post about going to all of the courthouses. Yeah, Paul loves data and then also traveling, so there's a really good overlap there. Mm-hmm. First 20 for Morrowind. Probably not. If they remastered it, maybe, but probably not otherwise. Yeah, people took away a few of his visits. Marisol says, I'm looking to take a trip to Japan and I don't know where to start. Any tips?
It's going to depend on your level of comfort.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you are going to a place that, I mean, unless you speak Japanese, which maybe you do, it will be foreign, and people in Japan are super. Yeah, Fossick says, "Hi, I heard Japan." Fossick's lived in Japan for a while, and like knowing Japanese is not a necessity, but like it'll certainly make things a lot easier. I guess the first place you got to start is getting a place.
Yeah, somewhere to stay in a flight.
And what did we end up using to get our stuff last time?
Last time we went, we did Airbnb.
Okay.
Which is
an option.
An option.
An option.
There's laws about it, and some people are trying to skirt those laws, and sometimes things happen and you lose your reservation, so that can be questionable. So there's probably lots of like blog posts and forum posts about things.
Yeah. I will say, I won't go into like a lot of detail because everyone's experiences are different, and there's even a lot of folks in chat that can help you out too.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, it's an exciting thing to do, and you don't have to really be scared of it in terms of like, like if you don't speak the language. Obviously,
Japan was pretty accessible as someone.
It's pretty accessible. Yeah. Like it really is. You probably won't be able to get the full experience, right? Unless you can speak and understand the language. But as someone who knows very little and also retains very little, so even whenever I'm like taught words and phrases, I can't remember them because my brain is bad. I did fine. And especially if you're in a big city, like if you going to Tokyo or whatever, like
the first time we went, we were with multiple people who were very fluent. Like, lived there, actually worked there for companies. And that was nice for the first time because I felt a lot more comfortable. But now that I've been there and experienced it, I feel more comfortable going alone.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's, it's a fun adventure, and it's one that, you can get through. But yeah, if you have a friend that knows Japanese and wants to go to Japan, go with them. Because that'll make the experience about a million times better. Oh, there's a beverage war happening.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, I mean sometimes let's take a look here. Let's look at these. So interesting because a lot of times we get beverage wars with just coffee and tea. It's interesting to have water in the mix.
Will water get to 2,000 this morning? Bless you. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. Yeah. Do I have to sneeze again?
Yeah, look at the light.
Nope.
I don't have enough cups. Okay.
So the rule. The rule seems to be, and this is just how it is. Coffee is never allowed to get further than 200 away from tea. Tea is always kind of in the lead, but like coffee is never more than like 200 behind. And the minute that it starts to fall, we usually have a beverage war where things start exploding. It's also interesting because when the beverage war is happening, like almost all of the text is different colors because it matches the thing. Hi, Pelican.
Falcon mouth.
Falcon mouth.
Safe place for baby.
That's 305 bits from Pickletron. Pickletron, thank you. Also, 23 months from Destiny Light, almost to 2 years. And then 300 bits from Cybe. It says, hey, grandparents, I asked the Discord for good vibes yesterday, and I'm happy to say that they worked. New apartment application was approved, and me and my wife are so excited to leave this hellhole.
Congratulations.
Nice. I mean, if you are leaving, if you are referring to your current place as hellhole, it's probably time to leave the hellhole. As a general rule. As a general rule. So I'm glad that you got out of there, and I hope there are even more good things in store. Also, what? Already? It's already at 2,000.
Coffee's gonna hit 6,000 too.
Dang. T hit 6069. But when will it hit 6969? That won't be this morning. That's too far.
Is it?
It is. T cannot get 900 this morning. That's impossible. There are certain things that do not extend beyond the limits of there's limits in place. There's limits in place. Okay, well, there's never challenge the chat, but then there's also like realistic expectations, because you would need however much it is, almost over 800. That's too many. That's too
there
many.
goes coffee.
I just don't believe it. 300 bits from Aldo with the George Bean Star Rain. That's our reminder. Here you go. Beans are fresh.
Oh, they're fresh beans.
Fresh beans this morning. Just for the fact that the June 1st vlog actually came out yesterday. So if you haven't seen it, I'm not surprised. I released it almost at midnight. But it's out, so you can watch it. We go to the arcade, play some games. It's actually really exciting because so everything is exciting now whenever I'm shooting with the camera, because it's something I haven't shot with that camera before. Going to the beach was exciting. I haven't shot the beach with the camera before. Going to the arcade is exciting. I haven't shot the arcade with the camera before.
Coffee.
So it's been fun to play around with that and
my favorite game
that.
at the Player's Choice Arcade is Tales from the Crypt Pinball.
So there is. I'm trying to think how many pinball machines there are there. There are 5 or 6 in the arcade and 6
There's like
or 7
total.
There's more than 10.
Is there?
There's at least 11, but there might be 12.
Okay.
Anyway, so you've played all of them.
Yeah, I've played all of them.
And your favorite?
Oh, I did skip one because there was some child sitting on top of it licking it. I did skip that one when we were there.
Sorry, we're gonna rewind just a second. What did you say?
There was one that I saw some child licking. Like, seriously, the child was licking it, and they were like with their grandma, and the grandma was not paying attention. So.
And just allowing the child to lick the machine.
Yeah, and I decided not to play that one.
So, I still have questions, but I don't know that I want the answers to them.
No.
Who child? But the real question, pre-pandemic or post-pandemic? Roland says you should have. That means it's lucky. Oh, God. This pinball machine has been chosen.
I would just replay Tales of the Crypt because I can get multi-ball every time.
The thing you don't know is that before you got there, that kid had been licking
Tales of the Crypt.
Licking Tales of the Crypt.
I did use hand sanitizer. No, I think I went and washed my hands after we left.
It's fair. It's fair.
You gonna be okay?
I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. Anyway, if you visit Myrtle Beach, check out Player's Choice and Player's Choice Arcade.
In the Myrtle Beach Mall.
In the Myrtle Beach Mall.
There's a few. Make sure it's the Myrtle Beach Mall.
Oh, you'll know.
Because it won't be there.
Because it won't be there. How will I know if I'm at the right mall? Because you'll walk around and you won't see the arcade. Solved that problem. 24 months. From King Calamari. 2 years. 300 bits from Lost Vagabond says, so I played Elmo's Pub Crawl. I went to Big Bird's bar, drank too much, blacked out, and got a game over. That sounds like how it's played. Sounds right. I love it. I love that someone made that game. Renee says, sounds like you won. You did it. I haven't played this. I would just, envisioning what the game would be like, since it's called Elmo's Pub Crawl, it's got to be an actual pub crawl, so you got to go to, like, from pub to pub. Maybe, I don't know if that's...
I'm surprised you knew that.
Oh, well, okay. Well, there's certain things I know. I can't tell you how to make a drink.
Or what's in
I
drinks.
still want to make that video. I
think Lindsay's our only friend that has, like, a legitimate bar with multiple mixers and stuff.
Will's got a bunch of stuff too.
Does he?
I at some point I would love to make a video where I am Yeah, yeah, exactly. Any drink Steven makes will be way too strong. Like, it would just be wonderful. I don't even have the faintest clue how things are made or what is too much. So I really want to make.
Don't you remember Elton Brown's show where he had the 3
Yeah.
Price is Right wheels, and it was like a mixer, an alcohol, and a add-in.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you just gotta have a list of those and be like, all right, 1, 1, and 1.
Yeah, I just need access to everything that you can possibly put into a cup. And then just a bunch of... I guess we could do shot glasses.
Yeah.
We do shot glasses, and then I will make... What we should do...
Well, normally it's like liquid in a shot of alcohol.
What we'll do is there will be a camera where it shows what I'm doing, and I'll make a thing, and then I'll give it to someone, and then they drink it, and they have to tell me what's in it. And there's just going to be a lot of people going, "Oh my god!" And it's great. It's great.
Brandon says, nah, he should just eyeball alcohol amount.
I'm just really excited about this idea. I really want to do this. I don't want to hurt my friends. But I'm going to hurt their souls just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Emil says it's my dream to have a drink named after one of my terrible Wheel of Fortune guesses. When I do that video, I can make it a reality. Because they'll all be bad. What are the odds that I'll get something right? Like, there's some things I know in my head, like the names of. Like, there's like gin and tonic, which I presume contains gin and tonic.
Yeah. Sometimes a little bit of lime.
The question is how much of each? I don't know. Is it a 50-50 thing? I assume it's 50-50. I'm not sure.
What's in an old-fashioned?
You're trying to give people a taste of what this video
Someone
could be.
asked.
That's the other thing, is we could do it where people just ask for things. People ask for yeah, is it not 50? All right, I don't know. If people could ask for something and I could go right away, no problem, and then I could just...
Steven, give me a tequila sunrise.
An old-fashioned would be 25%.
Wait, I need to know exactly what's in this so I can compare. I know the basic ingredients. Okay.
So, I'm asked to make an old-fashioned. I fill the shot glass 25% with rum, 25% with root beer, and 50% with water. No, cream soda is root beer. Water. Old fashioned. How's that? Ice? I guess it could be ice. Severus says, did you just say cream soda is root beer? Alright, listen, I don't have time to get into that today. That is a separate full breakfast stream discussion. Separate full breakfast stream discussion.
Would you like to
They're
hear?
not the same.
Or
They're
no?
admittedly not the same. They're not the same. I don't love cream soda. It's fine.
Would you like to hear what an old-fashioned is?
Yeah, what is it?
Whiskey or bourbon.
Oh yeah, those exist. In my mind, there was only rum
Sugar-
and vodka.
Sugar, bitters, and
What is a sugar bitter?
sugar, comma, bitters.
What is a bitter?
It's like a thing that happens with things.
You sound very knowledgeable about this subject. It's a thing that happens with things. All I need.
It's a thing you add. What actually are they? An alcoholic preparation flavored
That's why I
with
asked.
botanical matter.
Chaz says my favorite genre of discussion is Mal knows almost nothing, but Steven knows literally nothing.
I knew that Old fashions were whiskey or bourbon.
Oh, Chaz
And
is
it was
not
sugar,
wrong.
and like that was basically it.
Chaz is not wrong. I would, again, all I need is I just need everything laid out. Whatever the bitters are, the bitters come in a tube?
A jar.
A jar?
They're like a little jar that you add.
So they're like pickles. Like tiny pickles.
They're not.
Gherkins!
It's a liquid.
Liquid gherkins. Anyway, so I just need everything laid out in front of me, and I'll be able to make stuff. I'm really excited about it. There's the agile. Liquid gherkins. 300 bits from Dr. Robotnik says, I just got back from a morning walk with DJ. I'm often too tired to go for a long walk at all, but she looks so happy. I need to do more walks when weather permits. Walking when weather permits is great. I love to do it. We were going for walks multiple times a week up until it got
Hot.
It got real hot.
Hot. Very hot.
Is music playing again? Jump ahead. Okay, it's starting to play. Good. When will it be nice enough to walk again?
Fall. September.
It's fine. It's fine. It's C14 is a good answer to that question. Is music playing? It's C14. Oh, okay. 300 bits from Yami Florence, who says, hello, grandparents. How are the new speakers? They're good. I just got them set up yesterday. They're good. I edited June 1st's vlog on them. So, there's that. It's just nice to have speakers. Basically, that's nice. The model speakers I got were Yamaha HS5s. That's what I got. Jules has the HS8, but I don't need that. Just don't need that. It seems fine. If I need more bass, I could just buy a subwoofer. But I don't, so I probably won't. I probably will not do it. But yeah, for the money, from everything I looked into, it really feels like the Yamaha HS5s are like some of the best you can do. So all about that bass, no treble. Except in this instance, it's kind of the other way around. Yeah, the Yamahas they're nice. They're the other thing is that I finally have everything hooked up through my audio interface, which is actually not how I had it hooked up. I had the cables to do it, and I just never did it because I'm a little lazy. And now things are hooked up, correctly. The only thing that sucks about doing it this way is that you lose control of adjusting the audio through the OS, so you can't use your keyboard buttons for it anymore. You have to use the monitor dial on the audio interface, which is fine. It's fine, but it's something new to get used to because it's not how I've ever done things, basically. Anyway, 300 bits from Satsy, who says, so, Mao mentioned looking at like to sneeze. So which of you has photic sneeze reflex? Because it's not actually a common thing. I should know. My mummy has it.
I have it.
Yeah, we both have it. I actually thought everyone had it because I have because I have it. Everyone has it. Yeah, I have it. Mao has it. My family has it. At least my mom. I wonder if my dad has it. Does my dad have it? I don't know. My mom definitely does, because Mom, I remember being young, Mom was like, look at the light. Yeah. And if someone's wondering, what are you talking about? So if you have, apparently, I didn't know what it's called, this photic sneeze reflex, if you have to sneeze, you can just look at light and you sneeze. And that's a it's one of those things that if you have it, you might be thinking, wait, doesn't everyone have it? And if you don't have it, you might be thinking, what? I've never heard of this ever. But yeah, it's pretty convenient because if you need to sneeze, you just look at the sun. Like if you're outside and you're like, oh, I kind of have to sneeze, you just go, sun.
Sometimes I just look at like really bright blue sky, like not even towards the sun, and it can make me sneeze.
Yeah. So yeah, I think people are going to be in one of two camps. They're either going to have never heard of this ever, or they're going to think everyone had it. And then there'll only be a few people in the middle that are like, hold on. So yeah, the thing is, if you have it, then you know you have it. Like if you have it, you definitely know you have it. Because you would have discovered it accidentally on your own, I think. Yeah. Almost certainly. And then, yeah, if you're like a doodle where you don't have it, but you felt like everyone else did, then chat will be helpful because there's some folks here that are like, no, I don't have it. I've never heard of it. So, yeah. I actually thought everyone had it because I was like, oh, that's just how the body works. Which also just on paper seems insane, right? My nose itches and I need to sneeze, so I will look at a bright light. Like it does feel like some wires got crossed somewhere. Anyway. Picotron with the 300 bits. I'm kind of deciding if I want that. I'm like, I haven't had it in a while. I do need normal milk. Hey Siri. Add milk to our shopping list.
I didn't find our shopping list.
It's our grocery
Do you
list.
want to create one?
No.
All right. I've added it to reminders.
Okay, well. Okay. I have a reminder. No date, no time. It's just one word, milk. So I'll never actually be reminded of this. It'll just sit in a list and it just says milk. So I'm just gonna...
Mal, big.
Just gonna...
Jess says, remember, milk exists.
Reminder, milk. Shoot, you're right. Thank you, computer. Just gonna go in here and put milk into the shopping list. So, yeah, we actually do need milk. Because we just recently did mail. By the way, if you send in mail in either the months of March or April, sorry it's taken so long, but we've recorded it. It'll be out in the near future. There'll probably be one out next week for sure, pending Dan's ability to get it all done. But one of the things that we received was the mashup cereal of Fruit Loops and Frosted Flakes. And I was hoping to try it this morning, but the milk was bad. But we've also been drinking that milk for like a while, and there was only enough milk left in the jug for a single bowl of cereal. But I smelled it and I was like, nope, don't trust this. Nope. Did we finish the morning summit? Yes. Yes, we finished the morning summit. The summit was eventually climbed. Mao's basically the one that finished it.
I liked it. I liked it better than this kashi that I tried.
Do you want me to send you a 10-pound bag of Lucky Charm marshmallows? No. No. The marshmallows in Lucky Charms are my least favorite part of Lucky Charms. It's also the reason why I don't eat Lucky Charms. They squeak.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, no.
And when they put those type of marshmallows in hot chocolate and they squeak, oh, I like that. The itty bitty ones.
I don't like the... requesting a poll. It's been a while since we had a poll. Could we get a poll of I like the marshmallows in Lucky Charms and I do not like the marshmallows in Lucky Charms?
Fossick says, "Hi, I heard poll."
Fossick's listening for poll in Japan. I'm just... Mech says, I'm Norwegian. What is Lucky Charms? I'm assuming...
I gotta vote.
Oh, there is a what is this? So the not marshmallows, but marshmallows. The marshmallows in Lucky Charms. You probably have a cereal maybe in Norway that has little marshmallows in it. I don't know. There's a few different cereals in in the States that have marshmallows in them, and some people like them. Some
Make
people
that
like
smaller
them.
for now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I just have to open it before the poll ends because it kills the poll, as I've learned on First 20.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I can open it on my phone.
I can just open it here so we can look. Ready?
Okay. Yeah.
56% like the marshmallows, 18% do not like, and 26% do not know what that is. Well, I'm actually impressed. Really? 26% of you don't know what Lucky Charms are? Are there just a lot of international folks here this morning? Maybe. Maybe. Sephiroth's never eaten Lucky Charms. Okay, in fairness, if you've never had them, I guess it would be hard to make that call. So that's fair. Yeah, they're they're fine. They're fine. And I don't always mind them. And there's some companies that do the marshmallows just a little bit differently. But like that squeak. It's that squeak. It just reminds me of eating styrofoam. Like sweet styrofoam. And I'm like, I don't know about the styrofoam. And pass on the styrofoam. And yeah, we actually do have a lot of international viewers. So that 26% is made up not only of
See, Duchess says they have a freeze-dried texture. Yes.
Yes.
I believe they are freeze-dried marshmallows.
Yes, that's actually a really good way of putting it. So we have the 26% is made up not only of folks that have not had it, but also international viewers, because we have a lot of folks from all over watching right now. So, okay, well, if you get a chance, in my opinion, if you get a chance, don't try Lucky Charms. I don't feel like they're very good. But 56% of viewers think that they're great, so... NDL, bring back Crackling Oat Bread. It exists. It exists.
I got some like sometime this year.
You bought it at the grocery store.
Yeah, I did.
It's at the grocery store. Now, in fairness, it is one row, top shelf. One row, top shelf. Because they know kids ain't going to be grabbing at it, because kids will be like, that looks disgusting. And it's one row, and then it doesn't even fill the whole row. It's just like 3 boxes that have been there for a few months. But it is out there. If you look for it, you're the only one looking for it, but it's out there and you can get some.
Coffee!
I tried it and I didn't care much for it. Haley also really likes it. Is it a Midwest thing?
I have no idea.
Anyway. 300 bits from Dr. Robotnik. So I think I don't have the light sneezy thing, but I'm just light sensitive in general. So if I look at outside TM for too long when it's bright, I'll start losing consciousness.
Oh my gosh.
That seems extreme, but also I don't think you have the light sneezy thing. Again,
I know my eyes don't dilate correctly.
Yeah.
Because the optometrist is like, I don't need to put the drops in to look at your eyes.
You just have big pupils.
Yeah, but they also don't dilate in the sun, right? And she's like, wear sunglasses more.
Yeah.
Which is why my other pair of regular glasses are transitions.
Yeah, and just in general, Mal wears... Before that, Mal wore sunglasses a lot. And it's just because her eyes are sensitive. And I'm the other way, where my eyes are just like, whatever, I can... It's not a problem. And I don't like wearing...
NDL said...
Sunglasses.
Their daughter liked Crackling Oat Bran.
Yeah.
I did too
saw
as a
that.
kid.
I mean, it's... if you expose your kids to a thing, and then they like the thing, then they'll like the thing. But it's definitely not... It's certainly not marketed towards kids. It's marketed towards people that have been buying that cereal for 20 years, and they haven't changed it. It's fine. There's enough cereals for kids anyway. When are we going to get more adult cereals? Where's Morning Summit 2? I want to try the sequel.
I never wanted cereal. Like, we'd go down the cereal aisle, and Carly would be like, Rice Krispie Treat cereal. And I'd be like, oatmeal, Cracklin' Oat Bran.
You were responsible.
No, I just didn't like them.
Oh, you
There were
didn't
other
like-
things I would rather have. Pancakes. We used to buy a lot of frozen pancakes, and I would eat frozen pancakes.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things I'd rather have. I mean, Renee says I prefer eggs and toast, and I'm the same way. The problem is eggs and toast takes time to make.
Well, yeah, as a kid, I just didn't want those cereals. I was like,
You wanted something more substantial.
No, I just didn't want those cereals.
Some Nescafe.
Carly
and
loved
ice.
cereal. I wanted grapefruit. Yeah.
Shout out to the REM fans. 300 bits from Platinum Pikachu. Photic sneeze reflex is both a blessing and a curse for me. It's helpful when I need to force a sneeze, but it's also annoying whenever I look up to the sky to watch birds flying over, only to end up sneezing. Yeah, I could see that. I feel like I don't have to sneeze that often, though. Like, it happens. Because, like, you sneeze. I don't know why you sneeze. I guess it's something to learn another day. But, I feel like I don't sneeze that often, though. It depends. Because everyone's got, like, different allergies and stuff. You know? And I tend not to deal with that too much. Instead, I get ear infections, so... What a great trade-off. 30 bits from DannyX6. So you know the emote that I star in occasionally? Eevee with a knife? I found another to add to my collection of Nintendo Plus knife. Knife Kirby? Thank you, Danny. It's very threatening.
Satsy has one too.
It's very, very threatening. Yeah, Satsy's got the Korok knife. Why? What's up with all these cute little characters with knives? Why? Why do they have knives?
Same reason Elspeth has a knife.
Why is that? Why does Elspeth have it? I think Chaz would like to know. Just as defense? Just as protection? Because they can. Bigtron with 305 bits. That's how I feel looking at all of the characters with knives. That's a common thing too. There's a lot of different emotes, not just with like cute characters and Pokemon and stuff, but like things with knives. Why? Yeah, Mark says they eat it out backstab it. Yeah, that's why. Anyway, let's start wrapping up for today. Casino Heist is continuing. There's some pretty good stuff in the... There's been pretty good stuff in every episode. There's pretty good stuff in the one that comes out today. It's funny.
Yeah. We mentioned it Tuesday, but my video's out. Auction ends Saturday.
Yep. For the Donkey Kong Country piece. Grant Kirkhope retweeted it, which was very sweet. I'm not sure how he found out about it.
I only knew because someone responded to his tweet, and he was tagged in the response, and I was like, oh, did he? And I scrolled, and I was like, oh, he did.
Yeah, that was very sweet.
Yeah.
He's retweeted some of Mal's stuff before, which is nice. So, yeah, maybe
Jules shared it. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure, but it was very nice. So yeah, that's the end. That auction is ending on Saturday. Tomorrow night we are streaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. Game Builders Garage. So if you want to see what that is all about, we're going to be turning it on and finding out what it's all about, playing some of the tutorial stuff, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm really excited. I'm really excited because I really see this as having a lot of potential. and I want to see what that potential looks like. Slick Duke says, is that the new Nintendo game? Yeah, so the new Nintendo game is imagine Mario Maker, but for everything. You can make any style of game. It's Dreams, if you're familiar with Dreams, which was a PS4 game where you could make games. But it's in it's Nintendo's way of doing it. So that's tomorrow. Yeah, that's Friday. So game comes out. I guess the game comes out tonight at midnight. Yeah, but we'll be playing it tomorrow on stream at 8 p.m. So if you've been curious about it, oh yeah. KT of the Wild says it's the Labo stuff without the Labo. So yeah, it's like that. It's kind of like that. If you're interested in that, check it out. I'm interested. I'm super interested in it. So we're gonna find out together. See if it's any good. But Nintendo has released almost nothing about this. There was a trailer that dropped a month or so ago that was like a minute long, and then they released like a 4-minute video 2 weeks ago, and that's it. That's like all we know about the game. And it does have mouse support, and I will have a mouse hooked up tomorrow night, and I hope it works.
Yeah.
Like there's not that stuff's not documented. Has there even been any other?
I didn't know about it except you talking about it.
I don't know if there's been any other Switch games that support the mouse. Mm-hmm. Like theoretically, it can. You know, Civ is on the Switch. Does Civ support the mouse?
I don't know. I haven't played it with the mouse.
So you know, I'm hoping that whatever mouse I use, which will probably be the one I have hooked up to my PC, I'm hoping that it'll just work, and I won't need any special anything. But we'll see. Robotnik says keyboard works. Okay. Yeah, and you can hook up a you can hook up a keyboard and type in any game where you could normally type. So anyway, where were we? 3 bits from Jadesis says, after a long flight, I'm back at my grandmother's house with an interview this afternoon. Wish me luck, everyone.
Good vibes.
Good luck, good vibes. Hope that goes well. Hope your long flight wasn't too long. Stretch your legs. Aldo says, "Do you need a Nintendo brand mouse?" I have one. God, I have a Nintendo mouse, but it's not.
I don't think it's USB.
It's not USB. It's it connects via Super Nintendo port. Yeah, I have the Super Nintendo one. You know what? Shoot. Oh, this is big brain.
There's a converter.
I have a Super Nintendo to USB converter. And I guarantee you there is no way that it would transfer the mouse movement data. It would only be buttons. There's no way it would work.
Do I see the mouse right there?
Where?
Top clear drawer.
That's the printer. That's the Game Boy printer.
Behind that. It's probably in the drawer with the Super Nintendo controllers.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure where it is. But like again, there's no way it'll work. There's no way. It just wouldn't work. Line Rider says, question, would a wireless mouse with a USB receiver work? It should. I don't know how all this stuff works, but my understanding is that the Switch dock is just looking for mouse input stuff. So your mileage may vary. There might be some mice that don't work, but I'm sure that there's like base. Again, this is beyond my pay grade, but like in computer hardware, I think there's like basic level, like this is a mouse, and it's sending that sort of information. So as long as the Switch is getting that, it should work. I don't know. Also, Dr. Robotnik with 300 bits who says, Peggy with a knife went. She's dangerous enough. She doesn't need a knife. All right, that's going to be it for today. Thank you all for being here. Tomorrow night, Game Builder's Garage. If I could... God, this is so stupid. If I can if I can find the mouse and I can find the converter, maybe I'll try it tomorrow. Will it work? There's no way it'll work. There's no way it'll work. I refuse to believe that this thing would work, but Chad says it doesn't work. There's no way it would work.
No.
Because it can't send the thing. It can't. There's no data. Okay. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Like it might transfer the button presses.
Yeah.
Maybe. Those might be registering as like A and B or something like that. But there's no way it would move the mouse.
Because it's a trackball.
That, and also it's from 1995. Or earlier, 1993? When did Mario Paint come out? I think it's like 93. I really don't think it will. Anyway, it's fine. Tomorrow night, we'll play it. It'll be great. Y'all have a wonderful Thursday. We will see you
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.